order to stop the alarming rise of dropouts not joining the workforce, the government instated a law which forces students who were unable to move to higher education on their first try to work compulsory labor befitting them. Although for the men it was just manual labor, for the ladies it was to provide special care for the boys to pass the entrance exams. But how did Shichijo, the top of the class, become one of these dropouts? Did she actually fumble at the last minute and tanked her final exam, or was there any foul play by someone which ruined her career? We will answer all that in today's episode of Cultured Anime Recapped. So basically, as I said before, Shichijo-san was a valedictorian of her class and was even giving tutoring to her juniors. Everyone thought she would pass the exam with the highest rank in the country, but she and her nerdy friend Watarai has been forced to be equipments to the boys in special ed. This is because she has somehow became a dropout, which forced her to be personal tool for the distinguished boys with top grades or become a public vendor in the toilet, letting anyone try out her fresh peaches. Fortunately, she was assigned to be personal equipment of Nimi-kun, and Watarai was forced to be Jushima's equipment. While the poor old professor kept teaching about the damn law which made all this happen, the students were busy mixing their carrots and peaches and making smoothies in class. Nimi-kun was surprised by everyone just making smoothies in front of each other. Suddenly, Shichijo held his carrot and started tasting it. Nimi could only gasp for air as Shichijo skillfully handled his baby carrot. It wasn't even been a minute, but suddenly Nimi let out a scream and poured his carrot juice down Shichijo's throat. After the post-nut clarity moment, Nimi suddenly pushed Shichijo onto the table and planted his carrot on her southern field. He felt that the fields were very moist and she had a bush above her field. He starts to speed up his plowing as Shichijo was baffled at Nimi's sudden pace shift. She warned him to slow down as it's her first time someone farming in her fields. Hearing this only made Nimi speed up, and with a final blow, he irrigated the field completely with his cultured fertilizer.
俺が七条先輩と付き合っていたのは知っていただろうが！大体お前みたいなボンクラが七条先輩に釣り合うと思ってんのかよ。俺の備品と交換しろよ。七条先輩はな、俺のものなんだ。少女だって奪ってやったんだ。あの時の姿をお前に見せてやりたいぜ。僕だってずっと先輩のこと。何?
Shichijo has heard enough shit being thrown at Nimi-kun and stands up for him. She punches Jushima down. She also said that Jushima could never make her culturally scream like Nimi-kun did that morning, and she enjoyed being Nimi's first farmland down there. She also said, to prove her total sincerity, she will provide Nimi her backfield access too. Let's put a show for them, she said, opening Nimi's garage door and taking out his tool. Jushima and Watari could only watch as Nimi slowly threads his tool on Shichijo's back farmland. Shichijo reassured Nimi that her fields were washed clean for his safety. Hearing this, Nimi-kun tried to plow into her farmland, but it was way hard than her farmland in the south as it wasn't well irrigated. But with much hard work and dedication, Nimi successfully pushed down on the field and started plowing it. Shichijo let out cultured screams as Nimi worked on her farm faster and faster. The sun starts to set and still Nimi was working at her field stronger than ever as Jushima sits there dumbfounded. Watari walked over to Jushima and asked him if he wants to stop watching Nimi working on fields and come work at her fields. But Jushima shoves her away, shouting he only wants to work on Shinchijo's fields. After a long while working on her fields, Nimi finally irrigates the backlands with his hot fertilizer. But after the deposition, Nimi-kun says he can't work on Shinchijo's field anymore, as he valued their relationship more than this government BS. Shinchijo then reminds Nimi-kun that if he decides to leave her, then she will be forced to be a public vendor in the bathrooms, and her peaches will be consumed by all the low-lifers of the school. The thought of Shinchijo's field being used by Jushima enraged Nimi as he goes back into her field, smashing and plowing aggressively. Jushima, on the verge of tears, asked why did Shinchijo drop out. Watanari smirked and said she heard Shinchijo tore up her answer sheet and left the exam willingly.
あなたみたいな人になりたくていつも憧れ追いかけてきたけどだって私は私のいるべき場所それは
Got him! Got him!